Hey, what's happening? So here's a first-person view of what I'm seeing of the setup, kind of messed up setup right now, of a three-person podcast-style interview setup for over the phone going into Adobe Audition. So what I did was I have two laptops set up. This particular one is an Acer 3680, 1 gig of RAM, where I used Google Hangouts. Comes out, microphone out, speakers out, or microphone in, speakers out. Goes to the mixer, a Focusrite i18 or 18i8, into the editor here. This would be the editor. USB 2.0, old school editor. All this gear is old. USB 2.0, handling all the mixing and sending and recording. Also my feed. Over here, had another laptop set up on this stand here, the speaker stand. Used it for laptop. Speakers are in their box. Really don't use them at all. They're quite loud. Did it for audio mixing for a little while. Biggest problem I ran into in this setup here, I actually just shut it down, was not having the right cables. So if you see here, all kinds of different cables plugged in. I use my headphone ports for sends to the listeners, to the two callers. I used a monitor port where the speakers would go for my monitoring and the headphones locally. And then I use the other monitor port for a send from the DAW back in, so I can actually play clips and stuff offline. The routing in here with the Focusrite software was a bit of a mess to get started. I had to write it all out on paper and actually figure it out how I want to send it and receive it. Biggest thing is I had to make sure I subbed out or minused their speaker feed, that way it wouldn't loop back in the mixer, but also make sure the editor here was receiving everything as well. So I had 4 tracks set up, myself, 2 callers, and the actual DAW, all separate, but we can all send and hear each other and no feedback loops at all. Pretty messy because I didn't have the right cables. With the right cables, it works out fine. Biggest cable I didn't have, I had to go from 1/4 inch to XLR back to 3.5 to XLR to 1/4 inch. I mean, it was a hassle. Went up to this music store and grabbed one cable because that's all they had was what I needed. And everything online is from China. It takes 6 weeks to get. China all the time. So there you have it. If you're going to wire up some podcasts, tried virtual cables. Too much jitter, too much feedback. I didn't get it right. So there you go. That's it.